Cerberus hath been petted. It is time for the next run. Last run failed at Megara. Got pretty close to beating her, but through various degrees of my own incompetence and not unlocking stuff yet, things could have gone better. So let's go with Death Defiance, because this is great. An extra life, basically. You don't come back on full health, but nevertheless, helpful. Let's see what we got. We can no more extra keys yet. Do I want to stick with Stygius? I think I want to stick with Stygius for now. I want to try and... I will unlock some weapons because it'll at least provide some variety to these runs. So I think next run, come hell or high water, whatever we do, we're not doing Stygius. So if you don't like Stygius runs, then... yeah, no. Your special has a wider area and deals 20 damage. Your special makes you lunge ahead and become sturdy. I don't really value any of those. The Daedalus hammers don't just really upgrade your weapon, they also adjust its behaviour somewhat. I don't really like any of those behaviours, but I'll deal with them. I mean, that special could be quite helpful.
How many now?
Wall slams. I love me some wall slams. Right, more darkness. Darkness is probably something we're going to have to actually prioritise in these early runs, I think. On my main file I don't really prioritise darkness anymore because I've got pretty much everything that I want, and the stuff that I don't want is so expensive that it's not really worth playing towards getting more darkness anyway. I'll just take the darkness that I get from doing other runs and get on with it. But we unlock the first extra life, which is pretty important because that's going to help a lot. You can see I was very close to beating Meg on the last run, so hopefully with an extra life I'll be able to sort that out a lot more. I'm dreading getting to the Hydra on this run though, because I had trouble with the Hydra for a long time. The Hydra is the boss of the next level of Asphodel. Yeah, got there in the end. Ooh, Dionysus or Zeus? Zeus was pretty good to us on the last run. I'm going to go with Zeus. Dionysus has a really good boon special in which he... Ooh, sorry. Yeah, in which he is quite able... I don't know, I'm having trouble with that one. He turns your cast into a grenade. Alright? There, simple. Turns your cast into a gas grenade. Ooh. So you can lob it for quite some distance. It'll do lingering AoE damage in an area. So it can be really helpful, especially with crowd control, but I think I quite like, if I'm going to have crowd control, Zeus's special, which we're not being offered. Zeus's, sorry, cast upgrade, which we're not being offered. Your attack emits chain lightning when you damage a foe. Yeah, we'll have that. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Nectar! I mentioned that in the last video. Nectar is the resource which you can give to people to get artifacts. So I'm going to have to figure out what artifacts I want to get. Or keepsakes, as I should be calling them if I'm going to use the same terms that the game uses. And avoid confusion. Played for and got. I was hoping to get this guy in that bomb as well, but I got the other enemy, the crystal, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. Oh, shot. We can get a heal, extra damage on the cast, an extra cast. Or do I just want to save it? I think I just want to save it for now. I want my palm. Me my palm. I shall continue to shove voltage up your jacksie until you give me my palm. These pillars as well, great way of getting in a bit of extra damage, aside from being able to use them as targets for a wall push, obviously. If an enemy's near a pillar and the pillar is damaged, it causes cave-ins, as you can see, which can do additional damage to the enemy. So getting an enemy up against a pillar and pounding the crap out of them even if you miss them and you're hitting the pillar, you're still going to be hurting them. If you can hit them and the pillar, then you're laughing. Karen's shop, not got enough. Artemis it is. Those little skull symbols that appear just mean elites, and around halfway through the level it's usually going to be these guys. Later on in the game, the whole, like... for anyone who's not familiar with this term, because I'm about to use it, there's pinch modes in games. You know, like when a boss gets really difficult as their health gets down and they have different stages. Sometimes you hear people call that pinch modes. This entire game basically has a pinch mode. I think after you get to the surface for the first time, you don't even need to complete the game necessarily, you just need to get to the surface. Everything becomes harder. You get more enemies appearing, a greater variety of enemies appearing, and these guys don't necessarily appear on every run, and that makes me sad, because I like killing them every run. But you get Theseus and Astraeus to replace them, so I suppose there's that. Right, I don't want to replace my Lightning Strike, I think that's working for me. Your cast seeks foes with a 10% chance to do critical damage. Your special is stronger. We'll go with the special, just to give it a little bit of poke.
Oh god.
Wow, I remember in episode 0 I was saying that these could potentially take up to an hour, and it looks like it's going to be a little while before it gets to that point, shall we say. I didn't realise just quite how dependent I was on all of the upgrades that I've unlocked. I was kind of hoping that I was getting by on pure skill, but apparently not. Apparently I will not be permitted to maintain that delusion. Not if I want to maintain adequate levels of... What is going on with all of you buggers? They don't have much health, but they do have this unerring ability to work themselves into the most annoying possible places. Get into corners with these traps and... come on, all of you can just die. Oh, it was a survival room. How did I miss that this was a survival room? No wonder I was taking so much damage. I was playing to win. Shouldn't take it personally when the game beats me like that and makes me look like a fool. Well, not like that. Beats me in terms of my expectations and the gross over thereof. All done. Head back in the game, Evis. Head back in the game. You're slipping. People can see. Open, open, close your fly. Ah, yes, the mischiefs. Pots. They are most vexatious. Not really that much of a threat, provided that you can move quickly, and that just comes with time and practice, really. Key. Key, 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 key. These guys, they just take so much killing. Couldn't you just die faster? There we go. Really on the dodge.
That's something. This can unlock something back home.
And the shop. Okay, so it's a forced visit to the shop. I've got plenty of cash though. So 275 for the health and the thing. Or I can get a heal. I mean, I think I definitely want the Ares boon. So I'm going to go with that. Dash creates Blade Rift. That's done work for us in the past. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. The others are not particularly helpful to me, I don't think. Incidentally, if people want me to slow down a little bit and maybe analyse these boons a little bit more, let me know in the comments, because, you know, engagement equals views.
That's better.
But that, and I do want to make this as entertaining as possible, so I'm focusing mostly on the combat and the overall runs rather than specifics like that. But I'm trying to mix them in a little bit as well, just to give you some variety. Okay,
There you are.
come on then.
I'm sure.
Let's get this over with.
I have no envy for.
Did I start the fight while she was still in a flourishing animation? I think I did. Round. Charge through her. I ain't pissing about this time with Doom strategies. I'm just going for broke. Blade Rifts, however, are great for getting in. There's a little bit of extra chip. I think another upgrade that I'm kind of missing is upgrade maximum health, because I'm actually used to starting these runs with 100 health and going up from there. So, oh, that's embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. It seems like I might have been doing better with the Doom strategies. Oh well, live and learn. I think that reinforces what I was saying earlier about needing to focus a bit more on gathering darkness and just getting Zagreus a bit more pokey. Oof. Come on. Am I gonna make it? Apparently not.
Beginning to see a pattern.
Okay, well that's the end of run 3. Shall we finish up with a quick tour through the house? And I've actually got some nectar, so I need to figure out if there's anyone I want to give nectar to. Hello, Hypnos.
My condolences.
Back already.
Hello, Hades.
Yet satisfied.
I had it out with him.
Such not.
Wish I could be there.
Hello, contractor, for whom I have no
Cerberus destroyed the lounge
gems.
Do not let
Hello,
circumstance-
Nyx, who has no quest to give. Hello, Cerberus. And of course, how do we finish the runs? We pet Cerberus, but first we give him some nectar,
What I
because
got for you, boy.
out of everyone in this house,
Cerberus.
he's the most deserving of high quality booze.
Thank you, boy.
I don't think I ever used that artifact. Although it might actually be helpful. I was complaining about not having enough hit points earlier, and I believe it just gives you a straight hit points upgrade.